All right, y'all, so for some reason I did not get an intro done for this video, so let me jump right into this. This is pre-Christmas, and what you're about to see is 2 days of me pre-wiring the van for every appliance, every light switch, everything I could possibly think of. And I can tell you that right now, as I'm filming this, it is actually January, and I didn't get all the wiring filmed exactly the way I wanted to, but I've got it worked out. So let's jump right into this video. 2 days of pre-wiring the van. So there's a channel underneath here that I'm running these wires through to get to where the kitchen area is going to be. But it would be so much easier if the bed wasn't here, because there's actually a channel on top of this same beam that's like wide open and I could just pull it through. But because the bed's here, I can't do that. So I've got to do it the hard way. Once I get it to that point, past this 2x8, and I can just run it through here. Hey, buddy.
Hey, man. Did I wake you?
Oh, wake me? Are you kidding me? I'm up at like, man, I'm up at like 6:30 every morning, and just figuring out what the day is gonna hold, man. Making videos, working on the van, making videos of working on the van, which I'm doing right now. Say hi to YouTube.
Hola, YouTube.
The phone rang and I had to answer it. It was a buddy of mine who lives here. I haven't been able to see yet, so gotta make some plans to see him. But yeah, once I get past this 2x8 right here, I mean, it just slips right through. And if that bed wasn't there, I'd be able to do that all the way across instead of going underneath through these little tiny holes. But, oh well, it is what it is, right? Isn't that what they say? So what I'm running here, this is 14-2 wire instead of 12. With the amperages I'm going to be pulling, I really don't need the 12 wire, the 12 gauge wire. 14 wire actually would be enough. It'll handle any of the load that I'm going to be pulling. But I went with the 12 anyway. That I'm running to all of the actual appliances, to the fridge, to the water pump, to the heater. I'm running 12 for that. I've got a 12 that's an extra in case I want to run something else and I hook something else up there. For the switches, for like the lighting, and that's what this is. So I'm going to have puck lights up on top, and that'll be controlled by a switch here. So I'm only going to use 14-2 wire, and this wire actually is insulated. Each wire in there is separate and insulated in its own. So if you can see that, there is a red wire and a black wire, and they are insulated in their own, and then the white sleeve protection going over on top of it. So this is what I'm going to be using for the switches. I've got a couple different switches I'm going to use for lights, and 14-2 is what I'm using. Good morning, welcome back. This is day 2 of the pre-wiring. Actually already started first thing this morning by running to everybody's van build favorite spot, Home Depot. Had to pick up a couple things there. Then I had to run over to the electric store where I get my 14-2 wire to buy another 100 feet. To my surprise, it was 40 cents a foot. Just a month ago from the same place, I got it at 16 cents a foot. I asked the guy and he couldn't figure it out. He went back and looked into his receipts. He's like, yeah, I see on November 11th we sold 100 feet for 16 cents a foot. And I'm like, that was me. He's like, yeah, I don't know who did that, but we lose money that way. I don't even get it for that price. So he wound up charging me 35 cents a foot, which is actually still cheaper than Home Depot's price. So another 100 foot of 14-2 wire this morning. I've already made one run, again down at the bottom where the battery bank and all the electronics going to go. This one went all the way up, came all the way through the top here, coming up here. This is going to be for the fan, so I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to bring this up into here, and of course the fan wires are sitting right there, and I've got plenty of extra. After I've got the wiring done, I'm going to go back, and I know I said that the van really doesn't have any sharp edges I mean, you can see me run my finger across here. You know, I'm not getting cut. So I'm not exactly sure where I was. The phone rang and I had to answer it. That's actually the guy who owns the house right there, that I am parking out in front of, doing most of my work on the street here in front of his house. And I sleep here at night. So, and I had called him to ask him a question. He called me back. So anyway, slight interruption there. But yeah, once I get done with this fan wire, wrapping it up and labeling it, I'm gonna just look back again and think and see what else I need to do. Do I need more? Do I need more? Do I need to run more wires, run some extras? And then once I get done with that, what I was saying was, you know, there really are no sharp edges, but I'm gonna go ahead and, I'm just playing around here, use some grommets or some tape, and I'm just gonna put them up anyway. I've got them, so any place where the wires, especially where they pull through, like right here, you know, if it's gonna rub against here, I might as well just put something there. All right, early in the morning, time to keep working. So on a side note, while I'm doing the wiring, I'm multitasking. I'm getting some other stuff done as well. If I were to say that there's a color scheme to the van, it's gonna be basically white and gray. You know, it's a small space, so I want to keep it light, make it feel a little more airy. But I do want to include a pop of color. On the back of the van, there's some channels that go up and they're covered, you know, where the lights are, where the tail lights and stuff are, and those channels are covered up by some plastic pieces that are black. Well, they're no longer black. Got the old Rust-Oleum paint and primer in gloss purple. So this here is a little nifty device that I saw watching somebody else's build. It's just a sticky side on the back, and it's got 4 slits going through it on the top, 8 sides, and on the bottom. Of course, there is no top or bottom. But anyway, I'm going to use this up here on the top of the van. You just stick it up to the van there, or to wherever along the side panel. And it's going to be difficult because I'm holding the GoPro and working this at the same time. Extreme close up here. Let's see if I can do this. But that holds the wire up just like that. You know, you can put one here if you want. You can put one up in here. I'm probably just gonna tie this off right up in here. All right, y'all. Well, this is it, I think. I've checked my list twice, like Santa. Actually, I've checked it probably more than that, probably a dozen times or more. The pre-wiring, I believe, is done. I've gone through and looked and checked for every place I believe I'm going to have a switch. Every place I believe I'm going to have a 12-volt outlet of some kind, whether it's a socket or a USB. Every place I believe I'm going to have a 120-volt outlet. I've checked for the heater, the fan, the lights, the water pumps, the other little fan. I've checked everything that I can possibly think of, and I think it's done, and that's scary. I'm not an electrician, and I don't even know if I've wired it right. We won't find out until sometime down the road. Next is getting the electrical components put together. I've got to get the batteries connected and the charge controller and the inverter. I can't do that until I know exactly where they're gonna be placed. I won't know that until about 3 days from now, when I go ahead and remove the bed and set everything up in its place. Then I'll know where all those components are gonna go. Then I can get the cables, actually wire that stuff together. That'll all be on a different video. This is just the pre-wiring. Yeah, and there's, guys, look, I've got wires ran all over the place, coming out of just about every hole in this van. There's wires run up here, coming down from the top, coming over to the fan. There's wires ran across this. There's wires ran through the middle there. There's wires that are running all the way across the top to the back. There's wires coming down there. I believe those are going to be for night lights for the bed, reading lights. Obviously, I've got a wire coming all the way across over here where I believe a 120 outlet's going to be. This mess here, well, that's where I believe the distribution panel is going to go. So that's where all the wires are going to plug into and get the power. Most of those are ran up through either that channel there and going across, or up the channel and going across that way. Some of them are actually going through and then into this channel here, behind that plastic piece right there, my purple piece that I painted. Behind that one, running up through the top of the van, across and down. I left this one off so you can see the inside, and then running over. I believe that's it. I don't know, but I believe so. Getting this electrical hooked up and being able to operate without having to use a mobile battery system like the Jackery is going to be huge, guys. I am so pumped up about it. I'm looking forward to it. Look, I'm just trying to live my best life here, okay? Just like I say that you guys all should. So, you know, whether you're 25, 26, 56 like me, or 76, guys, just get out there and live your best life, whatever that is for you. Get out there and live it. I'm gonna get out of here for now. Thanks for watching. More van build episodes coming up. Peace out.